views and opinions expressed by guests and or comments are those of the persons who submitted them and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. Any content provided by guests are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company of any individual or anyone or anything. Welcome to the show, In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. I am your host, D. Early. I am joined today by Black and Yellow, T. Will.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. What it do, what it do, what it do.
What it do. Lily Mae Handmade Aromatherapy Products, the official sponsor of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast. Hit that code, Clutch FF20. No discount, just an ID code so she can know that you guys, we referenced her on the show. T. Will, how's it going today, man?
Man, it's great, man. What a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, man. I am in a great mood. I wasn't in a good mood on Saturday's show, but I tell you what, boy, 24 hours can change things good. I tell you.
I know what you're referencing to, and
where's Wiz Khalifa? I mean, where's Wiz Khalifa when you need it, man? I need to hear that music in the background, man. It's just something about watching the Pittsburgh Steelers go home. Well, not go home. They was already home. But they went home from home.
Oh, somebody ain't gonna be able to live that one down. I know.
Oh no, man.
Not gonna be able to live that down.
No, they not, man. And I watched Big Ben stay out there, man, on the field, man, just crying, boohoo crying. And it tickled me. I was so tickled. I mean, the whole 10 minutes he was crying. I was over there laughing. It was just a great sight. Great sight.
So you're of the mindset, kick a man while he down because he closer to your foot.
You're damn right. And you know, all that crying and all that boo-hooing and Juju Schuster with the TikTok, all that stuff. I mean, look, man, we always talk about that. Karma will come to get you. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, may not be next year. Mr. Juju Schuster, same old Browns. I wonder, was it the same old Browns? Is it the same old Browns? Did they look like the same old Browns to you?
Well, okay.
If you got anything, before you even start, if you part your lips and say anything positive about that, this conversation is over.
No, it ain't. Look, I'm the one in week 10 that said I see chinks in the armor.
Yes, you did.
And you told me, how you gonna say something about a team that's 10-0?
Duly noted. You're absolutely correct. You did call it weeks ago.
I think fantasy football helps you out a lot because I had their defense for fantasy, so I was kind of watching them closer than I normally would. And I could see from week to week I mean, of course, when you lose two starters in the middle linebacker position or whatever position it was that they lost, that didn't help at all. But even before the end, you could kind of see it was just something missing with the offense. And, you know, when you don't Pittsburgh has been known as a smash mouth football team, for one. And when you just pass and pass and pass and pass and pass, and I mean, they just, to me, whoever was calling plays, they got pass happen. I mean,
I don't think so, Daryl, but I do give you credit. I think you halfway right, but they do pass a lot. But the reason they pass a lot because they can't run the ball, which you said again. You said back in week 10, they hadn't been able to run the ball. So what they were doing was they was doing a lot of short intermediate passes to make up for the running game, to try to get 3, 4, 5 yards on first down. So that's the reason why the passes were up the way they were up. I mean,
it didn't look like they were trying to run the ball. I mean, it was time.
They couldn't.
No,
Connor was out to what? Connor had maybe a good first quarter of the season, first 3-4 games, he was okay. After that, he disappeared, whether it was due to injury or just not being productive. So I think they had to throw the ball. I think they had the weapons to sit up there and do it. But I think this game is more so on karma than anything else. I'm a firm believer of bulletin board material. Juju Schuster did an absolute no, man. You don't sit up there and go out there and talk about a team and same old Browns and like you yawn and like, oh, we're gonna do the same thing. Big Ben is 23-2 against the Browns in his career and all that type of stuff. You can't do that, man. That's bulletin board material. You just cannot do that.
I think they let Juju just get out of control all year long, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that could be. But man, I'm telling you, man, I have never seen a first quarter like that ever. If you were to sit up there and come back and tell me that you missed the first part of the ball game, the first quarter ball game, says 28-0, and I tell you, yeah, Cleveland wins 28-0, you tell me what? No, don't you mean Pittsburgh? No, I mean Cleveland was up 28-0, still with about a minute and a half to go in the first quarter, man.
I wouldn't imagine either one of them being up 28-0, to be honest. But it
right. But I'm just saying, if you saw that score,
right, yeah,
you more so think that it was Pittsburgh up at home 28-0 versus Cleveland.
It's. I mean, I guess the week before was like a precursor to what could happen. Because, you know, in that game, Cleveland went up in that game too, and Pittsburgh kind of stormed back. And my thinking was, okay, well, yeah, y'all, you know, you beat Pittsburgh, but that was without Pouncey. That was without Big Ben. They had some more people they set out. So my thinking was, okay, with some of these starters out and they still almost won, you know, when everybody come back, you know, it was almost like you I ain't gonna say a no-brainer because anything can happen in NFL, but I was really thinking Pittsburgh had the upper hand.
You just answered my point, man. You just answered my point, man. Karma. Everything that you sit up there and named, everything that you sit up there and named about what happened or what didn't happen the previous week, and just the opposite, totally opposite happened the following week. That's karma, man. I'm telling you, they've been ribbing Baker Mayfield, the wide receiver, the defensive guys. They've been out there on Twitter, social media. They've been ripping the Pittsburgh Steelers a new one. And I think that they sitting up there doing that because of the karma that came their way. I don't think they would have took that approach just because they beat Pittsburgh if Pittsburgh would have did what they did. That's why I said sometimes you got to learn to shut your mouth, but you got to eat a piece of that humble pie. But Big Ben ate a big piece of that after the game, man. Well, usually after the game, they do the interviews and all that stuff, man. But you can go over there to the side and they show Big Ben just sitting over there. And then his best friend, Mike Pouncey, came over there and pat him on the back and started crying too.
I mean,
hold on.
It could have been like this. Maybe he thought this was his last year or something. You know, you never know.
No, Big Ben, he may be dumb, but he ain't that dumb. This last year on this contract is worth $41 million. This last year.
Really?
Yes, it's worth $41 million. So if I was the Steelers, they the one should be saying, hey, do we want you back? But naturally, you know, I talk about him. Big Ben is a great future Hall of Famer and all that type of stuff. You just cannot afford to turn the ball over the way he turned the ball over. If we
but he's been doing it all year. That's
right.
the point I'm making. He's been doing it all year.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the elbow surgery and all of that, but
no, don't use that for no excuse. When I rolled his elbow when they was 10-0.
I didn't when they was 10-0, I was complaining then. But what I'm saying, like I hate to say this. I'm a little worried about Mike Tomlin. I like Mike Tomlin, but I don't, you know, when Antonio Brown was there and he was doing all the stuff he was doing, you know, we was kind of like, okay, well, that's Pittsburgh, you know, Mike Tomlin, you know, straightforward type of guy. But then you start, you know, it was like, okay, he's letting Antonio Brown be a diva. And now you see Juju. And I'm like, Juju, you ain't really did nothing for you to be out here doing all the stuff that you're doing. So I'm thinking, okay, is he trying to turn into Antonio Brown or some? I just think he need to get control of the team more so than he has because, you know, everybody knows if you do anything on the other team's logo, that's a sign of disrespect. And I don't think Mike Tomlin is the type of coach that goes for stuff like this. So it kind of threw me off that he let Juju continually do it game after game after game and didn't say anything until they lost. And then it was like, yeah, we might need to say something to him about that.
Well, I'll give you that part of it. I mean, maybe there's some things he needs to do to keep the team under control, but you can leave it right there. That man has did a absolutely great job with that team. He puts them in the best position to win. You know, I hate the Steelers, but I have to give credit where credit is due. I mean, they always, I mean, long as that guy been there, I don't think, has he had a losing season? I know he's had a couple of 8-8 seasons, but I'm not sure if he did have a losing season. It was only one, and I don't even think he did that. So he's did an outstanding job on there. Long as you put the players out there and give them and put them in a position to win, it then becomes on the players. So I will agree with you that he may need to ring them in a little bit. But other than that, no. I would take it. I would take Mike Tomlin any day of the week.
Yeah, I think again, Big Ben. I'm not saying too much, putting too much on his plate, but it was a couple games that they were leading with like 14, you know, substantial leads, and they were still throwing the ball. That's why I said I don't think they utilized the running game enough because, you know, anytime you up, why are you passing the ball? Run it, get some clock.
Well, I still get that, but I still don't think that they were able to run the ball, man. Who was their backup running back?
Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland, and
say that again. Say that again.
Benny Snell and Anthony McFarland. Okay. They had two decent backup running backs.
Man, don't you say no decent, man. You can't put them folks out there. Them folks ain't did nothing. Them folks ain't did nothing.
Snell is actually more explosive than Connor. Connor is a grinder. He's just like any other running back. He need the carries to get going. I just don't think they. I don't think they
didn't give him the carries because they couldn't run the ball. He couldn't run the ball, man. He couldn't run the ball. The offensive line is sort of beat up too. That, you know, only reason why Ben didn't get it sacked as much as he did was because Ben was doing a lot of quick intermediate throws, and he's number one in the NFL this year with getting the ball out of his hand. So he wasn't getting sacked a lot. But that was because two to three of his offensive line were they just either was injured or just wasn't playing well. So that makes you alter your game plan. So if you got 2 out of the 5 linemen that are injured, they call them starters for a reason. So when you bring reserves in, you don't think you think you'll be able to run the ball effectively unless you got some quality backups?
Yeah, I think you still got to try. I mean, I just think the attempts were down. I mean, I'm saying, I can understand the game close and this and that, but there were times when you just need the clock to run out. The clock is on your side. and you throwing incomplete passes and this and that. So you helping the other team when you could just run the ball, let the clock run and all of that. I don't know. Ain't my team, so I really don't care.
Where your buddy at, man?
I'm hoping he call in.
Yeah, I'm hoping he calls in too.
Travis Lumpkin, where you at?
Travis Lumpkin, don't be a coward. Don't be a
he's
coward.
Far from a coward now. He's far from a coward.
I don't need you speaking up for me. If you don't call on this show, he is a coward.
We've been in the trenches together, so I know he's far from a coward.
Man, I don't mean that. No, I don't want to hear that.
I know.
He's a sports coward. He's a sports coward. He was out here doing all that talking last week. All that talking, man. And you know what? I even predicted for Pittsburgh to win. But he got the yap in his mouth, and I said, okay. Don't be surprised. And you can answer me, am I right or wrong? I told him, don't be surprised if they end up losing. And if they end up losing, I said, and he kept talking and talking. I said, he who laughs last best. Go and pull up the footage. You pull up everything else that I say.
That's why I hate bragging. That's why I hate talking smack, because it'll come back to slap you in the face when you least expect it.
It hit him hard.
Yeah, hit him hard.
Can you imagine going into a game and you're saying, hey, man, Big Ben, throw for 47 out of 68 attempts for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns? You think they would have beat the Browns senseless?
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I can't even say that because they were down 28-0 in the first half. I was finna say that just go to show you right there, 68 pass attempts. That right there that kind of sums it up right there. But that's just been
they had to throw.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They were down 28-0, but I mean,
they were down 28-0. They don't know 1 or 2 yards on the running game. What that's gonna do? He had to throw the ball
even when they weren't down, they were still trying to throw the ball.
They was always down. They was always down.
I was trying to hold off on taking this commercial break because I thought my guy Travis Lumpkin was gonna call in.
He's a coward.
He's a coward. Call in before the end of the show. He got to call in. You got Travis.
He's a coward. I already know what you finna do now. Tell him to quit being a yellow belly coward. And once we go this commercial, watch you go to texting him, man. Call in. Terry's getting on your ass. Tell him to call in.
I mean, I sent him a message before the show and asked him was he coming in. I ain't got a reply yet. So
is he still in that bunker that you said that y'all and did the military? Y'all hung out in the trenches. Is he still down hiding in that trench?
Let's take this quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Tanya Covington Realtor, a multi-million-dollar producer in the Mid-South since October 2000. She is an accredited buyer's representative, a seller's representative specialist, and committed to excellence. Tanya assists her clients with budgeting, home repairs, and the loan process, all the way to closing. Tanya exemplifies integrity, energy, hard work, and creative service in every detail of her real estate transaction. She has built a successful career in real estate for over 19 years in the Mid-South. Clients chose to work with Tanya for her full-service team, ethics, experience, and expertise. Her base is strong, full of loyal, repeat customers. And that is the reason Tanya has been so successful in this incredibly competitive sales environment. Tanya's extensive knowledge of the Mid-South residential real estate market is unparalleled. Her clients have consistently sought her advice and trusted her judgment on many deals. A woman of faith, family, and community. Tanya believes one is not defined by what he or she receives, but by what he or she gives. Please call Tanya anytime without obligation. She is ready to go to work for you today.
Tanya
Covington, the realtor you need to trust.
Yeah, my beautiful sister doing my beautiful sister doing what it do, man. Yeah, Treadwell alumni, man, doing it all that, man. One of the best realtors, man, here in the state of Tennessee, man. So I advise you to go out there and reach out to her and get that knowledge. Learn how to prepare to be a homeowner. If you're ready to be a homeowner now, the rates are great during this time, even though we have a pandemic, but the rates are low. So feel free to reach out to Tanya. No commitment necessary. If you just got some questions or whatever, she'll answer it and just do a great job with your house hunting process.
Tanya Covington, 901-870-5337. But right now, I'm waiting on Travis to call in 901-730-6955.
He know the number. He know the number. You don't have to give it to him.
He should know it. Rodney Lee, what y'all think my Rams and the number one defense on the league gonna do against the Packers this weekend? Lose?
Man, them Rams ain't gonna be trying to talk nobody down in the frozen tundra, man. That number one defense gonna go down a few notches, man. Everybody ain't used to playing down there in that ice and cold, baby. And I don't know what the weather's gonna be, but I'm almost certain it's gonna be in the teens.
I'm looking forward to the Jalen Ramsey Devontae Adams matchup, though.
He won't be able to hang with it, man. With those type of treacherous conditions, man, the offense always have the better go at it, especially when the offense know and the wide receivers know where you're actually going. The defense, they don't know where you're actually going. So in normal temperatures or in a normal stadium, you're probably right. But in this case right here, man, it won't even be a match. Especially if Aaron Rodgers is on this game.
I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna be a match because one thing about it, defense travels. If Aaron Donald is healthy and they can create a pass rush, they can stay in the game. Because the one thing about Green Bay, they got a weak run defense too. So
well, if you want to say so, but evidently you didn't watch all of the games. Evidently, you didn't watch all the games this past weekend because number one, Aaron Donald is hurt, and number two, he ain't used to playing in no cold weather. Just like Warren Sapp was back in the day with San Diego, man. Them California team and them Florida teams, man, can't play in no cold weather. Come on.
Well, that's why they play the games, though.
Well, I ain't saying, look, man, I'm not trying to take off. Look, Rodney asked us a question, man. It's our job to tell him the truth. I ain't finna sugarcoat him and tell him his team is going to be in there and they're not going to do. Look, they're going to lose by double digits down in Green Bay.
Okay,
take it to the bank.
Well, we thought we was going to take Pittsburgh to the bank too, and look what happened to them.
Well, that's because y'all with them bad vibes. I'm telling you, it may not be to the bank, but seriously, I really feel like that the Packers, with their temperature and they're used to it. I'm just telling you, man. If it was hot and even Steven, I might have even taken the Rams for a possible upset, but not down in Green Bay, man. They're I'm telling you.
You never know, man. Jared Goff, if he could not turn it over and make a few completions here and there and just run the ball, when you got a good defense, you always got a chance. That's all I'm saying. When you got a good defense, you always got a chance.
Okay.
And speaking of good defense, or is it great offense? We should have opened the show with this. Congratulations to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Man, did they not?
Man, that was a beat down of epic proportions.
I mean,
that was a beat down. It wasn't even as close as the score looked, man. And look, man.
What's the kid's name? Is the Devonta
Smith, man.
Oh my goodness.
You know, when they folks used to always talk about that guy, I said, yeah, he's good. He's good. But I got to watch him maybe the last 4 or 5 games. Man, this guy right here, man. Whew, if I was just with the number 2 pick, man, I'd go get him. I know you're supposed to go out there and the rule of thumb is you go get the top offensive lineman, defensive lineman. But I don't know how you pass this kid up, man. I would have to just address my offensive line and defensive line in the free agency, man. I could not let this guy go. I couldn't.
Just don't even know if they want to keep their quarterback. But I think Devonta Smith with Sam Darnold and what they already got. I don't know.
I think they need help back at the running back. I think I'm not sure if Gore's coming back this year, but they need to upgrade.
He ain't the long-term solution.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. They just need a lot. So I don't know. But
I just wouldn't pass up on that boy. If I was a general manager,
it's gonna be hard.
I wouldn't pass up on that boy, man. I just wouldn't.
Yeah,
just like the Cowboys
hard.
in their first round early pick, man, we got CeeDee Lamb. You know, it's just certain people. You may have a plan in place and you know what you really want to get, your plan A, plan B, your alternate C and D. But until that actual player gets to you, all that is out the window. You cannot pass by on once-in-a-lifetime generational athletes. And he's one of them. And he proved it last night. I mean, this guy had, 12 catches, 215 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and he didn't play the second half.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of defense Ohio State was playing because I didn't get to watch the game, but I was saw the highlights, and I'm like, well, damn, he wide open on every play.
Look, give him more credit than what the defense was, man. It's easier said than done watching that guy, man. Look, that man is precise in his route running. He's super fast. He does great double moves, man. And oh man, Mac was finding him all night long and was feeding him early and often.
Is Nick Saban the greatest college football coach ever?
Hands down, yes, he is. But 7 titles. And one thing I loved about it when they interviewed him after the game last night, they wanted to talk to him about how does it feel to be, have 7 titles and all that. He said, man, I hadn't even thought about it, man. I'm just so happy for this team and what they've accomplished during this pandemic year and how they stayed together and all that type of stuff right there, man. And that speaks volumes. I'm sure he'll, down the line, think about his accolades and all that type of stuff, man. But to me, that was the perfect answer, man. And if he keep having that type of mentality, man, because everybody's coming to Bama. If you want to go to the next level, you can be subpar, and he can put you in the right position and to get you to the next level, man, because they're just going to get better and better each year. They're only going to stop winning when he leaves, and I don't think he's thinking about leaving anytime soon. He got
like 3 Heisman Trophy winners, don't he?
Yeah, man. The guy is awesome, man. The guy is awesome. He went to Alabama and just built that program back up. Kudos to him. Kudos to Bama Nation and all that. And even I even want to give a shout out to Ohio State for even making it to the championship game. They had a few games canceled during the regular season, and that caused a lot of commotion about whether they, played the minimum amount of games to be considered for the tournament. So for them to make it there and what Fields them have done all year, kudos and my hats off to them for even making it that far.
Yeah, I look back, that's why we play the games. I think Clemson would have gave Alabama a better game. Seemed like they matched up better with Alabama for some reason. But hey, if you can't make it there, then hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, Nick Saban's, 7 national championships, 6 with Alabama, 1 with LSU. So that means it wasn't just being at Alabama because he got 1 at LSU. So this, golly, man, it's almost becoming where you like, man, it's like the Patriots, the Yankees, you almost get tired of them winning.
Right.
And my football team in college, I'm a Tennessee Vols fan, so I'm like, God, dog, man.
And I'm a Notre Dame guy, and we got totally destroyed. Seems like we've been able to get to the Final Four, man, but after that, man, we don't do nothing. We don't show up. So,
man, as long as Nick Saban at Alabama, they might as well call it the Alabama Invitational.
You know what? You got a point. But they did an outstanding job. And let's not forget about what's the running back's name?
Oh man, I can't even pronounce. I don't forgot his name. But what is he? Is he coming out this year?
See, that's what I don't know. I'm not sure about him, but he scored 3 touchdowns as well. 2 on the ground and 1 catching a passing touchdown from Matt Jones. So he had a great game. The wide receiver had a great game. And then Mac, he broke a record. He broke the record for most yardage thrown in a BCS championship game. I think it was like 474 yards or something. And he just took the record from last year from who's that he took it from? Somebody previously had the record, but it was just done last year, and he broke it this year. So he threw for 5 touchdowns. I mean, and 474 yards. So, you know, those 3 right there have been the backbone of the offense all year, and they showed it again last night in that convincing victory. So again, kudos to them. Roll Tide.
Yeah, you got to give it up to them. We're gonna take another quick commercial break, and when we come back, we get to talk about a guy that you blasted. A guy that you blasted for what he did in a playoff game. But we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Elite Legacy Logistics. Rise and shine. Let's grind. Are you a carrier? Tired of doing all the hard work yourself? Let me help with that. Are you aspiring to become a truck driver? I can help with that too. Join this $800 billion industry. Let me do the hard work so you don't have to. The best is the least that we can do. Call or text 954-414-7115. You can also email us at info@elitelegacy.net. Got a truck? We have loads. Must have valid MC number. Are you in need of a professional yard service? Call Ernest Payne at Payne's Lawn Service. He provides a quote and a free estimate for gutter cleaning, leaf removal, mulching, flower beds, edging, family plots, and fallen limb removal. No job is too small for Ernest Payne. He can be reached at 901-620-7469.
And we are back. Couple weeks, was it last week?
Where's Travis, man?
Last week, couple weeks ago, we had
Where's
a conversation about hey, I know where Travis is. I know where he is. You want me to show you where he is?
Hiding up on a rock. Hiding up on a rock.
I'm gonna show you where he is.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now, what you should have did, I'm sure you got plenty of pictures from back in the day, man. Put him in his Marine gear and put a picture of him sitting on the couch in his Marine gear. That would have been even better.
My guy Lump, where you at, man?
Man, if we talking about look, if it was the Freak Over 40 show or any other show, man, that's all you see. Travis Lumpkin. All kind of comments, every kind of where are you, Travis? Where are you? I'm looking for you. You know what time the show is.
Look, ain't nothing I can say in his defense right now.
Right.
Nothing I can say in his defense right now. But
He's
that's where he is.
He's a coward.
He definitely right here. No,
He a black and yellow coward. He a black and yellow coward.
I'm hoping he okay because he a man of his word. So he told me he'd see us Tuesday, and
have you seen him yet?
I hadn't seen him yet.
But this the guy you want side of you in a war.
Oh, I'll take him.
Don't tell me what if he can't sit up there and do a simple show, and you out there fighting for your life, and you turn around and he ain't there. Would he tell you he on his way? Would he never come? That ain't how you do it, man. I wouldn't want a brother like that.
I'm gonna take him.
See, us people in the Navy, the Navy, what we say is what we mean. We there for each other.
Okay, wait a minute. So what happened to your cohort the other week cohort?
Who?
That was all on the show with all these stats about
you invited JC. You the one that don't put me in. Don't. Me and JC went in no military together. We went down in the trenches. We went down in the trenches together.
Y'all Cowboys together.
Yeah, we definitely Cowboys. We definitely Cowboys.
With all them stats and confirming everything that you were saying. Oh, that was your buddy.
You know what?
It was Cowboy Nation then.
But why you talking about the Cowboys? We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, because I ain't gonna let you talk about my guy like that now.
Man, you can't stop me from talking about
I ain't gonna let you talk about my guy like that now.
Man, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Look, stuff happens.
And
just like JC didn't show up.
You know what?
Maybe my guy Travis ain't gonna show up.
You know what?
But I vouch for that guy any day of the week.
Well, his new name to me, his name is now Travis Pumpkin. I'm not gonna call him Travis Lumpkin. He's Travis Pumpkin now.
Hey, look, ain't nothing I can say. Like I said, he told me he see us, he was upset about the loss. He posted on Facebook, he had been talking smack all year. He said he gotta live up, he gotta accept that defeat. He said he'll see me Tuesday. So I was expecting him to be here.
Well, we almost a little bit over 50% into the show, and we hadn't heard from him. So that's I'm hoping. I'm hoping too.
I'm hoping.
I think he might try to come in at the very last minute. So I won't
that's
be
what
on
I
his
do.
ass. So I wouldn't be on his ass but a couple minutes. But
that's what I do.
But if you come on there, I would sit up there and end. If you come in on the show 2 minutes before the show go off, I would be on your ass for them 2 minutes, and I will continue on the next show from this show, the first 10 or 15 minutes talking about your ass. If you think you're gonna get away and get off with a 2 minute, trash talking, that ain't finna get it. So Travis Pumpkin, Pumpkin, Pumpkin.
Hey man, let's talk about this other pumpkin. Your guy, Doug Pederson, fired by the Philadelphia Eagles. Is that karma too?
That's karma too. I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't hate their fans because I love their fan base. I wouldn't say that because my basketball team, the Philadelphia 76ers, baseball team, Philadelphia Phillies, and I'm a Dallas Cowboy. So you would think, well, how would he be Dallas Cowboy, but Philadelphia in the other two sports? So it's not the fans. I just hate the Eagles. And it couldn't have, well, I don't wish nobody to be fired, first off. But if anybody was to get fired, he screwed himself. And I you know what? I got a theory. I really believe that he got fired on purpose. I got a feeling he's going to, because I got a feeling he's going to take the Jets job. The Jets general manager over there and Doug Pederson were together when the Eagles won the championship over in Philly. And I think they want to reunite. So I think he did a couple of dumb moves because I've been hearing that, coming down the pipeline that the Eagles brass and the upper management has been conflicting with him about what they want him to do. And he's tired of being a yes man, and he wants to run a team the way he wants to run it. So for him benching Carson Wentz, which he was right for doing, first of all, let me take up for him on that. He was right for benching Wentz. Wentz was playing like garbage.
If anything, it took him too long.
Yeah, if anything, it took him too long. But to put in Sudfeld in a meaningful game that cost the New York Giants a playoff opportunity, I'll never forgive that. I'll never forget it. I just think that was a move that he was trying to get fired, and Jeffrey Lurie did just that on yesterday. And I don't think he'll be out of work long. I don't think he's a bad coach, but that marriage.
Well, I mean, this what people kind of overlook. When Carson Wentz played his best, that year that he was in the MVP conversation and got hurt, and Nick Foles came in and took him to the Super Bowl. Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator and the quarterbacks coach.
And you know what? Yeah, but guess what Frank Reich is also known for too? He was a backup quarterback over there with Jim Kelly. So, he believes in bringing in the second string guy, and they caught lightning in a bottle with Foles, man, and they ran with him and he ended up winning the Super Bowl, man. So you got a offensive coordinator that's a career backup quarterback, and you turning the reins over to a backup quarterback that leads you to the Super Bowl.
So we might need to be giving Frank Reich more credit than Doug Pederson as far as that Super Bowl win.
Yeah, but I don't want to minimize it for Doug. He was the coach.
I'm gonna minimize it because if you look at it, they ain't did none since Frank Reich left.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. It wasn't because of what Philadelphia record was this year. This year, the NFC was NFC least, so nobody did anything.
I mean, even
nobody did anything. So I don't. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he didn't do a bad job. What I'm saying is that didn't cost him his firing. The year that no other team did anything, and that I don't think they got him fired. I think the whole situation with Wentz and how they trying to make up with him so he won't try to leave, and then that Sudfeld debacle. I think those are the two things I think he got himself fired on purpose.
But well, maybe so. But the point I'm making is Carson Wentz was an MVP caliber quarterback when Frank Reich was there, and as soon as he left, Wentz started going downhill.
True.
So that kind of sums it up, right? You don't go from an MVP quarterback, sign a big contract, to potentially being out the door in 2 years.
Well, in fairness to Carson Wentz too, he underperformed, but at the same time, man, his offensive line was beat and battered. He took a beating. I think he was in the top 2 or 3 in sacks this year. I mean, so his offensive line was they had a ton of injuries too. So
yeah, again, but it goes back to you look at Frank Reich and you look at what he did this year with Phillip Rivers.
You can't compare that, Daryl. Look at the weapons Phillip Rivers has around him.
No, I mean,
they got a top-notch running back that's catching the ball out the backfield as well as running the ball. Look at the wide receivers that he got, including the rookie over there.
Telling me Phillip, and you okay?
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Besides T.Y. Hilton and Pittman, who they got? And them ain't top tier wide.
That's enough when you got a good running game.
Okay, so you saying Miles Sanders ain't a good running back for Philly?
Miles Sanders ain't played even half the season. What are you talking about?
But you saying he's not a good running back?
What I'm telling you is Wentz was not around the same weapons that is over there to what you're talking about. His number one, who is his number one receiver over there?
With who? Philly?
In Philly, yeah.
Well, no.
Hey, spare me all that. Answer me a question. Who is the number one receiver over in Philly? See, you're answering my question already, Daryl. He ain't got nobody over there. And you went out there in your fantasy league. You went out there and got Fulgham in your fantasy league, and he gave you a couple of good games, and he ain't did shit since.
No, he ain't do none when Jalen Reagor came back.
Okay.
When Jalen Reagor came back, they just stopped going to him.
Dude,
so it ain't like he didn't have weapons.
Man, he ain't got no weapons.
When Reagor wasn't there, why was Travis Fulgham? They were saying, "Oh, this guy right here, he blah blah. He was this, that, and that." Dude, so it ain't like he didn't have no weapons because it was a few games where Fulgham was killing. So you can't say he didn't have no weapons.
They didn't have one receiver that had over 600 yards receiving the whole year. Not one receiver.
Because either they was hurt or something.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, you're making my you sticking your foot in your mouth and making my point for me. He does not have weapons around him.
The point I'm making is he didn't have no receivers the year that he was doing good. Name the receivers he had when he was MVP caliber.
We're talking about this year, sir. Let's not talk about previous years. This is what you started off talking about.
No, you saying he ain't got none this year. I'm saying he ain't had none the year that he was an MVP caliber quarterback. So what's the deal?
What?
Who did they have?
Oh God. Okay, no, you're right. You're right. He had a great slew of weapons.
No, I ain't saying that. I'm saying he never had no great slew of weapons, but some kind of way he was in the MVP conversation without him.
He was in the MVP conversation up until he got hurt for that one particular year. Anytime other than that,
hold on. With Frank Reich And I'm telling you, without Frank Wright, he looking like garbage. Now you take Phillip Rivers, who got pushed out of the LA Chargers, and he came to Indy, and he looked good this year. What's the common denominator? What's the common denominator?
What's the topic? What's the topic are we talking about? You done went from talking about and bragging on Frank Wright and what he meant to this guy's career, and I'm telling you that they don't have the same kind of weapons around them, so you can't compare them. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying that's inaccurate.
No, you can't tell me that. If you put Wentz over there in Indy with Wright with those weapons, they may be still going on in the playoffs.
See, okay, you proving my point then. You saying Frank Wright? That's all I'm telling you.
I'm saying the weapons. I said the weapons.
No, I'm saying this. You saying it's the weapons. I'm saying it's the coach.
Okay.
Let's take this quick commercial break so you can regroup.
Oh, I'm already good.
Lily May handmade aromatherapy products offer several essential oil-based and fragrance-based products. Our line includes a myriad of body butter, creams, bath bombs, lip balms, and so much more. Our products are handmade with focal points of integrity, quality, and wellness. Add Lily May to your self-care routine and enjoy the benefits of aromatherapy. Lily May, the official sponsor up in the
boss,
clutch.
Adrian Ross, the boss.
Podcast. Adrian Ross, the boss.
The boss.
The boss. Woo. 13 minutes to go. Travis, where you at?
Nowhere to be found, man. Nowhere to be found.
Look. Let's
hold on. Can I throw in something right quick before you do that? I want to send a congratulations out to the Dallas Cowboys for going out there and getting Dan Quinn to take over their defense. Top-notch move. I'm happy with it. Go Cowboys. Back to you.
Only thing I'm gonna say about that is, some head coaches are better coordinators than
and he's one of them. He's one of them. He's a top defensive mind. He's a top defensive mind.
Yeah, that's why Atlanta gave up all them points though. But that's fine. I mean,
yeah, he was at the head coach. He had another defensive.
Some more retread stuff for Dallas to pull in.
Okay. Well, I just want to give.
They can't look. One thing we know, they can't be no worse than they were this year.
That's fine, and I can take them jabs. Hell, we hadn't been worth nothing. We've had a couple of games, a couple of glimpses. So I'm just glad he's coming in and going to put his foot and his imprint on the defense. And I just think we'll be a lot better. Dak will be back, so we start off fresh next year.
You know he was a good head coach when he had the Legion of Boom, right?
Who?
He was a good coordinator, defensive coordinator when he was leading the Legion of Boom, right?
Duh. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I'm happy we got him.
Okay. I don't see no Legion of Boom in Dallas, but
he can build it. He can build it. You can clap all you want to. You can play all the kind of music you want to.
No, I mean I'm congratulating you.
Okay.
Y'all hired a defense coordinator.
Right. Which is what we need.
Good move.
Mike Nolan was garbage over there with y'all with the 49ers. He was garbage over there with us. So good riddance.
But y'all hired him anyway.
That's what I said.
Like y'all hired Mike McCarthy, and I keep telling you he ain't the answer. But
that ain't none of your bid. I think you need to worry about your own coach. I keep telling you. Keep worrying about your own coach. And what I'm hearing, you might be looking for another quarterback, because I'm hearing your quarterback is going to end up going back over there with Bill Belichick. So you better try to find another quarterback.
You know we in talks to get Deshaun Watson.
Right, them folks ain't finna get y'all no Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson can sit down. He ain't going nowhere.
You don't know. You don't know what they got in the works. You got an unhappy player. What can we get?
Yeah, because he unhappy because he don't get a say so about who gonna be his coach. They pay you to get out there and play. They pay you to get out there and play and do your damn job.
Oh, see, now there you go.
They pay you to do your damn
Shut
job.
Up and dribble. Shut up and dribble.
If they wanted Donald Duck to sit up there and be your coach, you sit up there and you take the calls from Donald Duck and do your damn job.
That's disrespectful.
That ain't no disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
All these millions and stuff that they paying these players.
That's disrespectful.
I mean, it ain't no disrespectful. It ain't no disrespectful.
You might not listen to what he say, but you at least gonna talk to him
and tell him what.
I would at least.
I go and tell him, hey,
Deshaun Watson, hey, this is what
we finna to hire Donald Duck. We finna to hire Donald Duck. I'll tell you that.
Okay, and you tell me that, and you can't be mad if I request a trade. They already handicapped him when they got rid of his best wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins.
That wasn't the organization, but that was the head coach who later got fired.
No.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Was he not? Was he not the general manager that made that decision?
No, sir. Sir, listen.
Was he not the general manager that made the decision?
Go. Well, yeah, but he was the coach and general manager.
Exactly.
So my point is, it wasn't no organization. The guy that they hired for both jobs, he the one got rid of him. I'm not blaming that on the organization. That was on him, and that's why he got his ass up out there.
If you hire a general manager, the general manager represents your organization. So how you not blame that on the organization?
Man, get out of here with that, man.
I'm just asking.
The general manager and the coach was
one to hire the general manager to make those decisions for the organization.
The owner made a stupid move, but the general manager and the coach was one and the same. He made that call, so I'm not blaming them. But they hurry up and realize what they actually did, and they fired his ass. They
didn't hurry up and realize none because he should have been gone a long time ago. But nonetheless,
yeah. He got fired 3-4 games into the season. The previous year they got rid of the wide receiver.
Fired before then.
That's neither here nor there. I'm just saying.
We're
talking about Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson needs to just sit his ass down.
If they would have got rid of him the year before, he would have still had DeAndre Hopkins. That's the point I'm trying to make to you. But on to some better news. New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick declined to accept the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which would have been presented to him by Donald Trump this coming up Thursday. What do you think about that?
I think it's a political move.
A political move for who? Belichick?
Yeah. Belichick ass would have went up there and took that goddamn award if it wasn't for all the stuff that happened over the last week. He didn't win and got that award. With all this backlash and stuff going on, that's the only reason why he didn't go get that award.
So that's the only reason. So you feel like everybody just distancing themselves away from
that's exactly what he's doing. He is actually good friends with the president. He's actually good friends with the president. I have verified that. He's actually good friends with the president.
Bob Kraft is too, right?
Yeah, Bob Kraft too.
Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Mr. Kraft.
Yeah, Mr. Kraft. Yeah, they are. So my thing is, even though he did the politically correct thing by not going to take that award, my question, the bigger question was, rewind a week ago and ask me that same question if he would have sit up there and did it, and I think he would have went.
Probably so.
No problem. So he would have. He would have.
In the statement he put out, he said, "Above all, I am an American citizen with great reverence for our nation's values, freedom, and democracy.
Okay.
I know I also represent my family and the New England Patriots team."
Okay. So, yeah. Who wrote that statement for?
Oh, you don't think the hoodie could have came up with
that? No. Somebody wrote that for the hoodie. He read from the teleprompter.
Well, basically he was saying, from what all they went through this year, the leadership within the team, the conversations about social justice, equality, human rights, it just all that stuff moved to the forefront, and continuing those efforts while remaining true to the people, the team, and the country outweighs an individual award.
He's a great coach. A great person. I'm not saying that he's this bad man. I'm not. So if it comes across that way, that's not my intention. He's not a bad guy and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, he can say what he want to say. He would have went and got that award. They're good friends, and he even mentioned in his little pre-made speech that was one of the top awards you can actually get. That you could actually get. It's from the White House and that Medal of Honor. So
okay,
let me got it.
And stuff probably go on that we don't know about, but this is okay. The Presidential Medal of Freedom is an award bestowed by the President of the United States to recognize people who have made an especially meritorious contribution to the security or national interests of the United States, world peace, cultural, or other significant public or private endeavors.
Okay, so after all that stuff that I didn't understand, he still would have went and got that Medal of Honor if
it's meritorious contribution to the security or national interests of the United States.
Okay, break that down to me in elementary terms.
No, what I'm trying to figure out is, and like I said, stuff happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. What Bill Belichick don't did, and I ain't saying he ain't deserving because I don't know, but I would like to know what his resume is showing that he deserves that honor in the first place.
The president is on his way out the door within a week. He's trying to save face by any way means possible. And in the sporting world, he knows he's friends with Bob Kraft and Bill Belichick and all that type of stuff. So he's just trying to save some face, man. He's trying to do anything that is perceived as that's positive, and that's the reason why he did it. He hadn't said nothing about this award as long as I can remember.
He don't gave it out to some more people too.
No, he gave. Yeah, he did. But I haven't heard him really talking about leading up to it. I just started really hearing about this last couple of days. I know it's an award that he could actually do, but I hadn't heard nothing consistently like, well, this is coming up and all that type of stuff right here. Trump is doing whatever he can do, man. He's sitting up there finna grade a pardon of probably about another 20 or 30 people within this next week, which is what they're saying that he's talking about doing.
Is Lil Wayne one of them?
Lil Wayne is one of them. But you know he gonna put Lil Wayne in. He got to have a couple of African Americans in there. He just can't let all the Caucasians and you can't just let them go without putting something in there, and he looked real stupid. So yeah, I heard Lil Wayne is one of them and all that. But I know we just jumped off on another subject, but we only got a week to go. A week to go. Even though I don't think it's totally over with, but I'm just saying.
As we know, a lot can happen in a week.
Yeah. But we'll discuss that on another. So that's a topic. That's a topic on Real Talk, man, with T. Will, man. That's one of them type of topics, man. Yeah, I was trying to give you a little wink to show me some love for the upcoming show, man. I always have to wait. I waited to 58 minutes and 36 seconds to even bring it up because I thought you would have did. You play all the commercials. I am a vital part of the show. Mr. Lumpkin, Mr. Pumpkin. You got 1 minute, Mr. Pumpkin?
I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't think he's going to make it either.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I hope so too. But if he is okay, it's crazy.
Ain't nothing I can say for him in his defense. He told me he'd be here. I was hoping he'd be here. As hard appeal it is to swallow. I had to swallow a pill this year, so hey, I was hoping. It is what it is. It is.
And we can't wait till like next week's show, man. We're gonna be talking a little basketball too, man, for the NBA fans.
Yeah, we got some more stuff we got to get in next week. The football finna wind down. We only got a few more weeks of football, and then it's on to college basketball, professional basketball. What else coming up?
The hot stove with the Winter League stuff for the Major League Baseball. The season starts April, end of March, early April. So I can educate you on the different things about baseball. I'm actually an expert in baseball. Philadelphia Phillies fan. Been watching baseball all my life. So on those shows right there, Daryl will probably be quiet a lot.
No,
and it may look like that I'm the host of the show.
I know enough. I know what a ball is. I know what a bat is. I know what a glove is.
That's great. For sports talk and more podcasts, that is great. That you know what a ball and a bat is.
I mean, I'm not an expert at baseball, but I've watched enough and I know a little bit. It ain't like I'm just ignorant to the sport. I know a little bit.
Well, it wouldn't do me any good to try to prove your ignorance on the show because we got to work together. So it's something I'm definitely not going to do. I just have to talk to you offline and we can talk about different things. And I can tell you if the person in the outfield catches the ball, it's an out. Stuff like that. I got to teach you the basics. If you see a person running from one base to another bird, it's a steal attempt. Different things like that. Double play. I'll talk to you about the double play and things like that.
Yeah, I know what a double play is.
Hitting for the cycle. I asked you what a ground rule double was the other day. You didn't know what I was talking about.
I know what that is.
Now you know what it is. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like I told you, even if I don't know, I can find out. It ain't like this stuff is like a hidden treasure or something.
No, but you need to have experience watching the game. I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna encourage you more. Me and you go to baseball games together, so we can talk, eat popcorn, and we can talk about these things. You know what I mean?
I mean, it ain't that hard.
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying I want you to be knowledgeable. I just want you to be totally knowledgeable.
I don't want
you to fill up some data.
I watched the World Series, so I kind of get a feel for what's going on.
It's a lot that entails that before you get to the World Series. That's what I'm saying. I need you to watch some regular season games, some exhibition games, some grapefruit games. Okay.
I watched the World Series, some of the playoff games. During the season, if ain't nothing else on, I might catch a Braves game or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, to all you baseball fans out there, I'm going to be talking baseball, so you don't have to worry about it. You're going to get your part of it too, and we can talk about some of the preseason moves that's coming up and some of the updates from injuries from last year and all that type of stuff, and who we think we're going to win the division and possibly go to the World Series. So all that good stuff, don't worry about. Your boy T Will got you.
I got you. And if you have not already done so, please go to the YouTube page, like and subscribe in the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcast.
Mr. Pumpkin, last call.
It's a wrap. We are look, we over the time. I gave him a few more minutes. I was hoping that some kind of way maybe he was tied up. I guess not.
Give me my commercial, man. Let's get out of here. As always, we were in the clutch.
We're out. Sports Talk, hosted by D. Early, 11 a.m. Tuesdays. Freaky Over 40, hosted by Shownuff Sharita, Friday, 7 p.m. Real Talk with T. Will, Saturdays, 3 p.m. In the Clutch podcast could not be possible without our sponsors. Tanya Covington Realtor, the realtor you can trust. Elite Legacy Logistics, you got trucks, we got loads. Payne Lawn Service for all your lawn maintenance needs. And last but not least, the official sponsor of all the In the Clutch Sports podcasts, Lily Mae, handmade aromatherapy products.